Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. But we about to move over into the code language segment of the live. Whoever just popped in, man, 333 in the chat if you with me. Shout out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But we finna move over into the code language segment of the live, man. Got to real quick. Let me get that queued up. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling? The chat been participating in and out. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. You know what I mean? I know it's kind of midday. A lot of people at work right now. But I got the time, so we're going to get y'all through y'all shift. Why not? Why not? Let's see. So we finna move over into the code language. That's not the code language for today. That was the last one. What we doing today? I'm excited to talk about this one. So code language for today, we talking about healing. Let me lock in. Get comfortable, man. Yeah, so it's so many different ways I can go with the subject of healing. But I'll just start like this and then we'll just let the stream of consciousness flow. But when it comes to healing looks different for everybody. There are multiple different ways to heal. There are, multiple different paths to success when it comes to healing. And me personally, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think healing from everything is beneficial. Oftentimes, people's definition of healing, especially when it comes to emotional things versus like physical healing, oftentimes people's definition of healing involves a certain level of forgiveness that I don't always believe in. Mr. McBride, welcome back. He said 333. Yeah, I need you to talk with me on this one. Hey, man, you gotta get on the video one day. You gotta pull up, man. I know you're gonna come in this joint crash straight out. But when it comes to healing, I think that it looked different for a lot of people. Like, for example, I know some people, myself included, who have done therapy and got some healing or some benefits from it for sure. But then I know people who have never even tried therapy who are completely against it and don't think it's necessary for anybody. I know people who, find their healing in locating religion for the first time or the second time in their life, or finding their way back to whatever they was finding their way back to whatever religion they were raised in. I know some people who find their healing in that. I know some people who find their healing in losing, dropping religion and becoming more spiritual and diving off into ancestry, history, more tribal and natural, holistic type practices, mind frames, and belief systems. So healing looks so different for everybody. But I think what this one is, let's start by discussing, how do you know that you need to heal from something in the first place? Right? How do you know that you need to heal from something at all? I think that step one to healing is always one of the toughest, no matter who you are. And that's just embracing the fact that you have something wrong, regardless of what it is. A lot of times we like to look at ourselves as that extra bright star in the sky, that, that one diamond or that one carat that twinkles the brightest. We like to exalt ourselves or view ourselves in that lens. And some people are very modest, but yet and still we live with ourselves 24/7. And so to us, a lot of us are special, I would believe, especially in this part of the world. So I say that when it comes to healing, it's important just to really be honest with self about what adjustments could be made and what things could be, slightly even just altered. It could be something that you doing that it's not even nothing wrong, but maybe you could do less of it or move the times around, or it could be something where you express yourself in this way, but it's because of what you went through when you were this age, and realizing that you able to kind of understand yourself better and express yourself differently. It's so many things. Um, it's a lot of psychology to it, you know. But I think the best thing is for people to just be able to practice, and by practice I mean literally practice. So every day for a certain amount of time, spend some time looking inward, and you may just see sometimes healing is not even necessarily fixing something that's wrong. Sometimes healing just means operating at a higher level of something that you already doing. You can be looking inward and realize there's an area of opportunity here. I'm mediocre here when I have the potential to be elite. That's a form of healing to me. Just tapping in and getting getting closer to identifying self, and then finding true purpose. I think that's what it really consists of. The difficult parts of healing is sometimes you gotta break away from a lot of things. It could be habits, it could be people, it could be um career pivot, it could be a lot of things that need to be done, that are difficult to do, painful to do, that's going to get you closer to being a more healed, renewed version of yourself. At the end of the day, like I say all the time, I think everybody deserves a prime. So whatever tough things you went through, it was to fortify you so that you could be a strong, prepared version of yourself when you get to being the best version of yourself. But I think everybody deserves a prime. And so in order to ever get to be the best version of yourself, it is going to require some healing, because you had to get some wounds to become strong. So I think sometimes we can be victim minded, and I just don't believe in that. I don't believe in the victim mindset benefiting anybody. Even when you've been legitimately victimized, you got to find something in the experience to make it useful for your benefit. And that could be very difficult to do sometimes, but depending on your perspective and depending on how you set up, it's doable. It's doable. So, you know, I think that for me, going through healing, it always involves isolation. A lot of time spent with self, because one thing about healing, sometimes I had to recharge, and to recharge, I like to spend a lot of time with myself. I ain't never got on my own nerves, ruffled my own feathers, bothered myself. So I like spending time around me. It feels good. And I get a lot done in regards to just, again, self-assessing, looking inward, processing things. And then I feel like, I'm coming back in the game after halftime, ready to have a big third quarter. That's how it feels after having some personal isolation or personal retreat time to just do some working, some healing, letting go of some things. Just sometimes go into deep meditation and just breathe some energy away. Just breathe it off, whatever it is. But that's another conversation. We'll do a code language on meditation for sure. We'll do one on meditation for sure. But hopefully, man, y'all tap in with this, and this could provide y'all with some idea of like the process or what it's gonna take to heal, and maybe even give you a different perspective on what healing really consists of. Because again, sometimes healing involves some purging. And so I think that's the part some people lose, and that's how you end up right back needing to heal again, because whatever is hurting you, you haven't let go of. I don't know who needed to hear that or why I said it, but yo, if you don't do nothing else, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all comment as you go along and rewatch the live. We got to have a conversation so we could crack these codes, man. And if y'all don't do nothing else, stick to the codes. Yes, Lord.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and now harden the flow.